Hello everyone, if you're new here, my name is Diane, and here we decode the life. So, I just felt called to share that there is no place like home. No place like home doesn't really mean to me as a physical home, but rather it is you coming back to yourself. So, I'm gonna pull some cards to dive deeper into what that means for us. So the No Place Like Home card showed up. This means that the person who is here right now, watching this, is in a state of trying to get back to who they are, trying to go back to their true selves, their true nature, not just in this lifetime, but across many lifetimes. There has been around and round a lot of opportunities and experiences that have been affecting us for many lifetimes. And this has been a consistent pattern to us. In different traditions, a lot of people believe in the concept of Buddhism or in the concept of reincarnation, wherein our soul lives many, many lifetimes reincarnating in this reality, in this world, trying to learn new lessons or old lessons until we finally come to a state of completion. So for this soul here, you are actually in a point of blessing wherein there's going to be a lot of opportunities that's going to come to you that you needed to come back to your center and just finally figure out a way on how to just relax and to just overcome all these limitations that has been set upon you. With all the glitters card here, it shares that there has been a lot of masks that we have been holding on to, a lot of shadows, a lot of layers that we have been placing upon ourselves. It's because we have been so established to trying to just cover ourselves in who we truly are. There have been instances in our life where we feel like coming out and just sharing our own personal truth would affect a lot of people, will disrupt the status quo. So with the incoming blessing that you have right now, you are being tasked or you are being advised to just come back to your true nature. You already know what you are meant to do. You just need to stop hiding behind the mask, trying to filter yourself, and just be your raw, authentic self. So I just wanted to pull some tarot cards for us to further share narrative on what is actually happening at this moment. So the King of Cups is the first one that showed up. This one is telling us that you are here in a state of emotional maturity. You have been going through so many conflicts with the Five of Wands and the Four of Pentacles, as you can see in this card. It seems like you had been trying to get a sense of control in your reality. There had been a lot of oppositions, a lot of challenges, and with this card here, it feels so significant. It seems like the struggles were not just internal, but it feels like there were also a lot of external noises and a lot of circumstances that had been affecting you that tried to keep you ungrounded. The Seven of Wands upright and the Seven of Cups in reverse. It's telling you right now that even though these situations cannot be controlled, there has been a lot of emotional dysregulation and a lot of overwhelm that you are experiencing. But even though this has been a recurring theme as of the moment, you are being guided to just stay protected, to form energetic boundaries to these things that are affecting you. And how is that possible? By learning to say no. For people who are watching here right now, it feels to me that you have been overly accommodating a lot of people. You have been very considerate, even though you know you want something, you want to do something beyond outside of these people. And that's okay. It is actually fair and just for you to finally step into what you want, to be at home, to be who you really are at core. But being home at your core, in your true self, needs establishing energetic boundaries. If you are so used to overly accommodating a lot of people, now is the time that you draw back your energy. Now is the time to focus on yourself, to learn to say no when you don't really need to focus at the moment in this kind of situations. Because if you keep on giving yourself to them, to these people, to these situations, because you feel like you have this vow of servitude, how will you be able to serve yourself? We have been so used to overly compensating for people who cannot perform well or who cannot fully do the work. But if you keep on compensating for their lack because you feel like they needed help, how will you be able to help them get back to their own true self? So that's why with the Two of Wands here that showed up, you are being guided to finally focus on your vision. And it feels like for some of you here, travel may be significant. With the globe here and just that, I'm not sure if you can see that, but yeah, this one, it feels like some of you here have been longing to travel, to move out, and you've been hesitating because even though it feels more natural to you, it feels like you're coming home to yourself. But you know that when you try to take a risk and just do something for yourself, it would mean that you need to let go of other people's opinions, suggestions, and beliefs. But what's happening right now is with the moon in reverse, you are just in a state of subconscious fears. Sometimes fears come up because there has been a lot of blockages, a lot of limitations that you were not aware of in the past. And maybe this is the right time for you to acknowledge that all of these beliefs, all of this trauma, these limitations that you have imposed to yourself or you have acquired throughout the years were actually past wiring or mental states and behavioral patterns that you have established as a form of protection. Because from what I'm hearing here, this doesn't feel new. You trying to focus on yourself, focusing on your priorities or your self development has been a recurring pattern for many, many times. But it feels like right now, this is finally the time for you, but you just wanted to push through. And if you feel that you know that you already had this calling for a long time and you kept on hesitating, ask yourself, what will happen? What's the worst that could happen to you if you fully step in to your true, authentic self? A lot of you here would probably say there would be a lot of relationships that will fall out. People who feel like they were aligned to you would probably fall off. Because if you try to step into your power, you try to leave and go somewhere else or be someone new, someone more aligned to you, you fear that these people who had been here for so long would probably fall off or would probably separate from you because you know that they won't be aligned to you anymore. And I know that is very, very difficult. We had been so used to these attachments. We had been so comfortable with our relationship to them. But if you keep on staying there, staying in this comfort zone, you will not fully feel the truth of what you are actually capable of perceiving. Remember, sometimes these fears are just our projections, our insecurities from past experiences or from past situations that we saw in our life. But remember, if these people truly loves you and respect you, despite all the changes that they will see, they will really, really respect you and hold on to your relationship if they know that that is something that's best for you. Always remember that the people who love you truly, those who love you unconditionally, will accept you for who you are. You don't really need to feel worried on what they would feel, on what they would say about you if you finally decide to be who you truly are and to finally focus on yourself. Because these people that will stay are those people that know that self-love is very important. So if this is you right now, I hope this message comes across to you as a confirmation that it is safe. You no longer need to fear what happens once you finally take that leap of faith. So I want to pull in some oracle cards for us as a form of final message for everyone who's here. So the card that comes out is Lakshmi and Ganesh. Prosperity vibration, you are attracting health, wealth, and happiness. So I'm going to read the message for this. Here it says, health, happiness, joy, success, good company, and opportunities surround you now. If you are working on a particular project at this time, know that this card brings confirmation that you are indeed on the right path and will soon enjoy the fruits of your labor. Spend extra time and energy on gratitude, for when you do, you magnetize more and more reasons to be grateful. If you feel you've been up against challenges or blockages, Lakshmi and Ganesh are encouraging you to keep going. Don't give up. The barricade you are pushing through is actually an opportunity to decide how committed and focused you are on bringing your vision into reality. What you believe, you will achieve. So that is a wonderful message that aligned with our reading. And I hope you, you don't fear what's going to be in store for you. Remember that the right people who will truly respect and love you will stay and will understand whatever that you desire for yourself. So with that said, I hope you have a wonderful day and stay safe. Much love. Bye.